What is up, guys? So today's video is gonna be a little bit different from the usual finance videos, right? But it's kind of still finance related, but it's gonna be more on the wellness portion. So I was thinking, and I don't know whether it's entirely true, but I want you guys to comment below whether it's true, right? Okay, so a large part of my life when I was into working out and dressing well, it was always due to the fact that my job required me to do so. So as a ex banker, right, you're always in front of clients. Obviously, you want to create a good impression. You want to at least speak well, smell nice from your facial aesthetic appearance to how you dress to your posturing. I think it all kind of matters, right? Then when I left banking and I started, investing for myself, just sitting in front of the computer, and of course, naturally, being married for like a good, I think, let me see. So I've been married for 11 years, right? And obviously, there's no reason to attract the opposite sex anymore. I mean, there's still that. Okay, look. So there's no reason to attract the opposite sex anymore. You kind of tend to become very complacent. Okay, and also, being in a first world country, right? I think it doesn't matter. But I'm just saying that as long as the environment, right, or at least the country that you're in, you have very high living expenses, right? You kind of deviate away as your responsibilities pile up, and you kind of forget to focus more on your personal well-being, just like aesthetically, okay, personal well-being aesthetically, and it takes a huge amount of discipline. So this is just from my personal circle, right? When I notice those who have become fathers, right? Okay, this is like when I knew them when they were single, and then there are folks who I have known them after they got married. So I mean, I'm just speaking for the men folk here, okay? So the guys, right, when I knew that they were, still very fit, very active in sports, right, they are no longer having the same physique, or they had the level of discipline to keep their physique, right? They are like literally pot bellied and not very healthy. Okay, and of course, for the folks that are kind of still at the front line, still meeting clients, they will still they will still bother to maintain a certain level of fitness, aesthetic, and they will go for even facials, trim their eyebrows and stuff. Okay, then here and okay, so then there's the group of menfolk that are married and have no children, right? They tend to still have the ability, look, no one freaking kicks you in the middle of the night and disrupts your sleep. You don't have to go and make milk in the middle of the night as well. The only reason why you're disrupted is you have just poor or bad sleeping habits. Yeah, if you have insomnia, I totally get that, because there are times when my mind is just extremely active, even though I didn't have coffee, or I'm just thinking about stuff, right? If you're extremely driven, that's not what I mean. But what I mean is that there's no reason why you should have interrupted sleep, so you have better sleep, and stuff like that. And I feel that a majority of men, especially when their finances are not stable, tend to stop taking care of themselves. So I just wanted to know, in general, what are your patterns like? Like for me, I went through so many phases, right? And what always motivated me the most was because of my job, right? My job requirements. And because of that, I worked out more often. Also, when I was working out during my job, because I wanted to have an escape from work. I wasn't enjoying the stress, the unnecessary stress of having to deliver numbers when it's at the expense of the client's best interests. Okay, that was just me. Right? As much as I love making money, I do not want to disrupt or do something that is against my moral compass. Okay, And working out was a very big part because I did enjoy looking good. Okay, I did enjoy having a great physique, even though I was a father. But after a while, that wasn't the case because I wanted to hit another milestone, which is not the physical aspect, but was the financial aspect. Because even though that I was having a very good job, a good paying job, I wasn't happy in it. So hence the escapism part, right, of working out and wanting to just have something else to focus on, right, which was my health. So I was working out. I was very big and paying top dollar for my nutrition. Of course, extensively improving myself from that aspect. So I felt good, even though I didn't have enough sleep because I had kids. I had my first daughter then, and yeah. So right now, more of financially okay, right, stable, but I wanted to kind of do things that I never had the chance to do. So for example, right, I am doing some acne removal treatment. So right now I'm going through this treatment called the Morpheus 8. It's my first treatment. So you still can see the scars and whatnot, right? And you know, you must be wondering, dude, you're already like, your kids are like, 5 and 10. You have same thing, you have a wife. Why are you doing this now? I think it's not about what, the question is why not? Why not be the best version of yourself, even though after you got married, right? And yes, I don't really mean, look guys, I just want to be very upfront. I don't like drinking. I have a very small social circle, and those folks are not really drinkers at all. We are just like hanging out, and it's just we just hang out and chill. We don't have we don't do active stuff as well. And I think also the social network also kind of matters. So I kind of like told myself, although it seems like that, so you see, human behavior has at some point turned into a potentially a herd instinct. Now, don't get me wrong, the circle of friends, most of my friends are entrepreneurs or investors themselves. Most of them are actually entrepreneurs, or they are actually higher to C-suite, to C-level management already. So they are no longer the entry level to mid level executives. They are no longer that level. So in terms of career wise, they are already, or at least from an entrepreneur level, or at least a business point of view, financial point of view, they are all very, very stable and very successful. But in terms of when I look at the overall, in terms of health, I don't think that's it's not their strong suit, right? The focus is just not there, and I was wondering whether that was the case, because I'm from Singapore, and Singapore is one of the strongest economies in the world, right? And it's kind of like a bittersweet when I say that. I say that with pride, but at the same time, I know how difficult it is to live in such a society where you're not just based on you're really based on what kind of career you have, how successful you are financially, how is that perceived, right? But end of the day, right, everybody, there are even memes on the internet that I've seen, right, that it's from China, right? It's from China, and like it was a meme between a picture of a six-pack and a man who has a six-pack and a man who has 6 homes. Like, snap. Any woman who's decently smart would choose the one with 6 properties. Because from a financial aspect, for a fact that there's potential capital appreciation. There's also, let's not talk about, like properties that are, that are, abandoned or whatever, right? We're not, or foreclosed for some reason. We talk about for the fact that a dude who has 6 properties versus someone who has a six-pack and still struggling in life financially. Obviously, if you're a girl, right, you choose financial stability because that's what's important, which is true, unfortunately. And I was always wondering, like, when you cultivate this kind of societal behavior, wouldn't that mean that you would give up your health, or at least your health would take a back seat? Because you're pushing your career, right? Like say you're in a job, you're at the entry level and you want to push your career, right? And you spend a good part of your life focusing and getting better at your job, climbing the corporate ladder. And as an entrepreneur, same thing, right? If your job is a 24/7, if your business is 24/7, you're gonna think of means and ways to get more customers, improve your product, satisfy your customers, make sure they get their products on time, and when there's issues, you handle those issues. It's a daily firefight that you forget about yourself. You forget about your physical aspect. And I think for an individual who has to balance a family, for example, maybe you got married and then you decided to become an entrepreneur, you kind of take you kind of have your personal health, your appearance may even take a back seat. So I just want to put this out there, guys. Men folk, okay? Try to start taking care of your health. Like seriously, start taking care of your health and not wait until there's an health issue, or you have someone who is close to you and says, hey, you don't look as good as you used to. And I think the context of that is, you have to just try to keep as consistent as possible. I know it's difficult. Trust me, I know more than anyone else that it's difficult. But I kind of want you guys to start maintaining your personal wellness. I'm going through this phase where it's the bear market. I want to focus more on my wellness and nutrition. At the same time, my physical aspect, like I said, I want to cut weight. I want to be the best version of myself. I don't want to wait until 2023 to get started. I want to start doing it now. I know it's difficult because it's the year end. Probably we're gonna travel. We're gonna stuff our faces. Try to incorporate it now, guys, because the more you procrastinate, right, and you delay, you probably won't get it done. It takes a strong mindset, and there's no one helping me out in this. I'm doing this on my own personal capacity. I'm not having a personal trainer because I am more than well equipped to know what needs to be done, because I've done this a few rounds. In fact, I think I would say 5 to 6 rounds of building a great physique, losing it, building a great physique, losing it. I think 6 rounds easily in my course of 30 years, right? So I want you to start somewhere. No matter how unmotivated you are, try to motivate yourself in ways that you think. So like how to motivate yourself. I think end of the day, when you're focused, right, financially, you're focused on financial stuff. You're motivated by the moguls, the top investors, right, the successful entrepreneurs. But end up like if physique was never your concern, or nutrition or health was never your concern, obviously you wouldn't be even thinking about all this kind of stuff. So I'm someone who watches lots of content, and I find that there are content creators out there. Like you just type fitness, right? Fitness and wellness, anything along those lines, right? Social media is powerful these days. Whether you're on TikTok, whether you're on Instagram, whether you're on YouTube, you will find any. You basically will find someone that you can I would say aspire to be, or at least you can relate to. You want to find someone who is relatable, right? And obviously you can find someone who has the kind of characteristics that you want, that you would like to have, right? So all these things are about cultivating the mindset towards where you see yourself. Now, obviously, after watching this, there are folks who still won't give a shit. It's okay. But I feel that health is wealth, right? Health is wealth, guys. If you made all that money, but you're having a lot of health issues, and quite realistically, people at my age who have neglected their health, right, who had bad habits, drinkers or smokers, they are not doing too well from a health perspective. Like literally their organs are starting to fail. They have high blood pressure. And I was like thinking, oh wow, these dudes are either younger than me or they are around my age. And I'm like thinking, okay, yeah, I can, we all are respectable in terms of career and finance, but if health wise you're not doing too well, then how are you going to enjoy your health, your wealth, right? Because even if you don't have kids, I'm sure that you made all this money because you want to continue to enjoy your life, right? So have a think about and start. Even if you're not financially well to do at this point of time, you're still working towards it. At least cultivate some good habits, especially now if you're single, right? Cultivate the habit to start working out, being the best version of yourself. All right, guys. So I'll see you in the next video, and yeah, who knows? Maybe this will be a new branch out of a different channel. I don't feel it should be, right? Because like I said, finance is one aspect, crypto is one aspect, but I think I can also start talking about health and wellness to my audience as well. Take care of yourself, guys.